All right, welcome back to the channel, everyone. Now, as you guys can probably already tell from the title as well as the thumbnail, things are about to change and we're making some moves. Now, if you guys follow me on Instagram, you already know what's going down. If you guys are a part of the Mustang Facebook groups, the New Edge Facebook groups, Cobra, even the Mach 1 Facebook group, you already know that I've actually officially listed my 2004 Supercharged 4.6 liter 2-valve Mustang GT for sale. Now, I listed it for $13,500 OBO. I've already had some few offers. Nobody's serious just yet, but this car is officially for sale. Now, a lot of people, actually, you know what? Scratch that. I'm not even gonna say a lot of people. Some people were upset, but the vast majority, especially if you follow me on Instagram, understood and are with the movement. Now, I'm gonna put this out there right now just so everybody here knows, but I think it's actually pretty obvious. I don't build cars for the YouTube channel, right? I build cars for my own personal enjoyment. And I share that enjoyment on YouTube because, you know, cars are my passion. Cars are what brings me enjoyment as a leisure activity. Now, I do not do automotive YouTube full time, right? This is a hobby of mine, and yes, I do make money from it. Now, I'm also gonna put this out there as well. Everything that's been done to this 2-valve came out of my pocket. Nothing was done, you know, with sponsorship money at all. I think 99% of people understand that because when, you know, YouTubers go ahead and modify cars, you know, and then they sell them, you know, people always get upset and they wanna throw that out there. That's not what this build was done from my pocket because I enjoyed the car, but it's gotten to a point where I'm ready to go ahead and experience something new. I can make it happen, and it would be me jumping into a car that I am very, very excited to get into and something that I enjoy, and I wanna go ahead and share that love and passion on the channel as well. So I wanna go ahead and put that out there right now. This car, not a sellout build, nothing like that. Like I said, I'm pretty sure like 99.9% of people understand that, but I wanna go ahead and put that out there. So if you guys are excited for the new build on the channel, feel free, drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on those post notifications. Let me go ahead and explain why I'm actually selling the 2-valve, and I'm actually gonna tell you guys straight up, the two types of cars I'm looking at right now. I actually went ahead and looked at one yesterday, but I'm gonna keep it a buck with y'all because, you know, that's how I'm on this channel. I'm gonna tell you guys, you know, what's gonna be coming to the channel in the very near future. But before that, let me go ahead and take a quick walk around of the car. You guys can see that you got another garage spot for it. Definitely didn't want to have this thing sitting outside because I had the Subaru in the garage because that car, it can't be left outside with the vented hoods. Well, technically it can, but I just really wasn't trying to do that. I wasn't really trying to let that car sit outside. I definitely didn't want to let this car sit outside because, you know, I feel like I did a pretty decent job keeping it up as far as, you know, the paint wise, mod wise, it's tastefully modified. You guys can tell from this car, the Subaru, I like to keep my cars just clean, very simple. The only external mod I've done is literally just the hood, which I repainted, the front bumper and the rear bumper. So my cars, like, they pretty much look stock. I mean, I even kept the stock GT front bumper on here. You can't even see the intercooler. Straight sleeper mode. Not really because the hood and it makes a bunch of noises, but I'm gonna go ahead and give a walk around the car, man. This car was hella fun, I ain't gonna lie. I'm not gonna sit here in front to say I didn't have fun with this car. I sure as hell did. But yeah, let me go ahead and kind of explain what's gonna go down in the future. Let's go ahead and cold start the Subaru. This is about to be loud as fuck. This car, dude, I'm telling you right now, this shit is so much fun to drive. For my FRS BRZ 86 fam on the channel, man, dude, y'all gotta go ahead and boost your cars, because this is unbelievably fun. Just having the pops, the bangs, the smell of the E85, the turbo noises. Oh man, I'm doing this shit like one-handed too, but this is something else. You guys can probably tell I'm at my favorite spot. This is like the best spot to record at that I know of, you know, near where I stay at. But I'll be honest with you guys, the car that I'm looking at to replace the 2-valve, actually the two cars that I'm looking at to replace the 2-valve are a 2004 Mustang GT Terminator Cobra, and I've also been looking at GT350s as well. So I'm not replacing to get like a regular, you know, 5.0 or a 10-speed. It's something that I've actually been looking at for like the past 4 to 5 years. The GT350 for like the past 4 years, and the Cobra from before I could even drive. Because my first car was a V6 New Edge, then I got the FRS, then I got the 2-valve, then obviously I had that daily, you know, the Tahoe, the complete shit box. And then now we're gonna be going ahead and getting into either a Cobra or a GT350. Now, the caveat to all of this is I'm kind of uncertain on what I actually want to jump into next. Now, I actually went ahead and took a look at a GT350 yesterday, and so far, I really enjoyed it. And it was weird because when I got in that GT350, it kind of sat and felt like this car. Obviously, the GT350 is more of a track-oriented Mustang. The car that I'm sitting in right now, the Subaru, it's obviously set up for the track. I mean, I have the turbo kit, the built motor, suspension, everything done. And, you know, it feels like it's tight. Everything is close to each other. It just feels effortless to go ahead and bang gear shift. That's how I felt when I was in that GT350. So I was like, holy cow, this feels really, really nice. Now, obviously, you know, being, you know, in a New Edge for about, I mean, I've been in a New Edge for years. You know, I had a V6 New Edge, then I had the 2-valve, did my thing with the 2-valve. I'm not too sure if I want to jump into another New Edge right now. That's kind of, you know, the thing I'm battling in my mind right now, because yes, the Cobra is something that I respect and I want, but at the same time, do I want it because, you know, of its name, the Cobra, the hype? I mean, it's well deserved. It's a badass car, don't get me wrong at all, but I really like the way that GT350 felt. And like I said previously, I modify cars on the channel that I personally enjoy, and I really, really enjoyed that GT350. I should not have test drove that thing. I knew something like that was gonna happen, and actually, funny or not, that was actually the first time that I've ever been in or driven an S550 Mustang. Like, I've never been in or driven an S550 Mustang before. I've actually never even driven a Gen 1, you know, S197 before. I've sat in them and whatnot, but I've never driven one of those. So it felt really, really nice. And it was a base model too. I mean, base model GT350 is still, you know, it's still set up good, but I really enjoyed everything that, you know, that car had to offer bone stock. The car was bone stock, nothing's done to it. Obviously, when I do my twist to it, I'm gonna make it feel more like home. Obviously, you know, the OEM Plus builds that I like to build, it's gonna look stock, because I like the way those cars look, you know, stock-wise. I'm obviously gonna go ahead and actually, you know what, I like the wheels too. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. See, that's why, like, I shouldn't have drove that, because it's literally ready. I'm spitting everything, I'm getting so excited. It's literally ready for me. But obviously, you know, I'm gonna do my thing with the wheels, you know, get the drag pack for it and whatnot, do my little bolt-ons, and then eventually boost the car. But I don't know, I'm kind of battling on what I'm gonna do. I know because this is, you know, a large, you know, following on the channel is a new edge channel, even though it's not, it's a car channel. I modify cars that I enjoy. I know people are gonna say to get the Cobra, but in all reality, I'm leaning heavily to that GT350 because it's something that, number one, I've never experienced before, something that I've wanted for quite some time now, and now that I've actually, you know, just test drove it, I haven't really experienced it really in its full potential. I really, you know, am enjoying it, and I don't know, I might have to make that trigger on that thing. I might have to pull the trigger on that GT350, who knows? But man, now I know some people are probably gonna be wondering, well, what about all the videos you've made on the 2-valve? What's all that waste of time? I mean, look guys, it's not waste of time if you enjoy the car. Again, I build cars on my channel that I enjoy. I'm not building cars for the channel. I'm building things that I enjoy to drive, and I'm sharing my experiences. So if I'm enjoying something, it's not a waste of time. So again, don't even comment that because it's ignorant. I enjoyed it. If I know people get attached to cars that, you know, YouTubers build, but again, everything that I did out of that car was from the love of my heart and from my pocket. So it's not a waste of time to me. And you might be upset because, you know, I'm letting it go, but again, you guys have to remember, I build cars that I enjoy. So that being said, I actually am gonna be keeping the built motor that I have already had assembled for the 2-valve. Maybe down the line, I'm gonna throw that into maybe an SN95 body style, because I actually like that body style a little bit more than the new edges. I think I've actually said that in multiple videos before. Those SN95s, the V6s, the GTs, you know, with that motor that I have, it would be something else with some twin turbos. But I'm not doing that anytime soon. I'm ready to go ahead and get something new. I'm ready to experience something new that I've always wanted. And I feel like I've done more than enough to prove that the 4.6 liter 2-valve as a whole is still viable here in 2023. Now, I'm also gonna put this out there. The 2-valve was never my dream build. It wasn't even the first build on the channel, and it really wasn't even the primary build on the channel. Now, I know a lot of people are gonna say, oh, you're not finishing your build, you're just like every other YouTuber. You can't say that at all, because the car that I'm sitting in right now is literal proof that I finished builds. This car that I'm sitting in right now makes 160 horsepower stock. I went ahead, if you look back on the channel, because I know a lot of people haven't done that, because when I brought this car on the channel, people were like completely shocked, making a bunch of jokes about it. This car was bone stock when I bought it, right? I put a turbo kit on it. I ran the hell out of it. Raced literally everybody that I could. The same thing I did with the 2-valve, I did with this FRS. Blew this car up, right? Now, after sitting for a while, I got a built motor for the car, and it's back on the channel. It's back in my possession, and I'm really enjoying it. Like, this is the OG build on the channel. Now, obviously, I did kind of go ahead and consider selling this vehicle to get something else, but I didn't. I could have sold this car a year ago if I wanted to. I could have had this car back on the channel in my possession a year ago if I wanted to, but I wanted to sit back and relax and kind of experience something new like I did with the 2-valve. Now that I have this car back in my possession with the new heart, quite literally, boost turned up, it's unbelievably fun. Now, I know some people can make that same argument, well, you should just keep the 2-valve and, you know, play the what if game. What if I go ahead and keep it? What if I go ahead and drop that motor in? You know, how would I go ahead and, you know, react and experience that? Now, here's where I'm gonna say I'm not doing that. the beginning of last year, I actually, believe it or not, before I even bought the motor, I was actually contemplating picking up a Cobra. Literally, it was between a Cobra or actually a Z06 Corvette. I don't think I've actually ever went ahead and announced it on the channel. I was considering going ahead and doing that. Now, obviously, me wanting to go ahead and stick with the 4.6 liter 2 valve because I stuck with the original motor and these boxer engines, which are notoriously, you know, considered one of the worst motors of all time. I want to stick with that 2 valve and, you know, prove a point that the motor is still actually relevant here in 2023. The build was supposed to be finished as far as the motor being assembled and in the car and me being on phase 1, you know, around like 600-700 wheel horsepower before the end of last year, around, you know, July time, around my birthday time. Now, because of supply chain shortages and the issue that happened with the short block, all that got backed up, and it took 10 months to get something done that should have took 3, and, you know, compile that onto the time it would take to get the short block dropped in. I was playing the what if game quite literally for, as of right now, going on 7+ months, and I'm not doing that anymore. It got to the point where now that I'm in a position to go ahead and get what I've been wanting for years, experience something new that I want to go ahead and experience that I know for a fact I'm going to enjoy. I've already drove the car. I know I'm going to enjoy it. I'm going to go ahead and jump on it. You got to put yourself in my shoes, y'all. If you had, let's say, a 4.6 liter 2 valve, right? And, you know, your dream car is a Terminator Cobra, or it could be any car, right? And you're seriously sitting there with that what if. What if I boost it? What if I enjoy it? Or I could go ahead and get the car that I really want. When you weigh the two, you know, you can't really argue with that logic there. I'm not playing the what if game anymore. I've been playing the what if game for 7 months now, out of my control, which is really kind of irritating, but, you know, life is life. It is what it is. Not complaining. Keep pushing forward. I have kept pushing forward. Kept making content on the car with the stock bottom end, was enjoying the car on the stock bottom end. I mean, literally proved that the car is still capable in 2023 on the stock bottom end. Did all that in 2022. I know a lot of people, you know, were inspired to boost their cars, and you guys should still go ahead and, you know, keep your builds going, even though I'm selling mine, but it's not even really a good buy. I'm still keeping that built motor. It still could happen later on down the channel, but as of right now, I'm doing what I want. I'm doing what, well, I've been doing what I want for the I've been doing what I want, but I'm doing what I want to do right now, and I'm not playing the what if game anymore. I'm not gonna go ahead and handicap myself. I'm not gonna go ahead and pretend that, you know, it's okay to just settle and wait, when in all reality, you know, I'm trying to go ahead, you know, and enjoy myself and make content in a car that, you know, I'm enjoying personally, and share that experience with you guys. That's what I want to do, and that's what I'm gonna do. So hope you guys still rock with me. I mean, it's not a 2 valve channel. It never was. It's just a car channel that I share the love and enthusiasm with the builds that I like to go ahead and set up. We've built the Subaru, quite literally built the Subaru, built it from stock, boosted it, blew it up, put a built motor, and it's back running. So you can't say that I don't finish builds, because this car right here is proof of that. I bet you can't list one person that you know that has a built motor turbo FRS BRZ 86. You can't do it. I can guarantee you that. But that being said, there's gonna be a new car on the channel. I don't know when it's gonna be on the channel. Might be next week, might be the week after that. But when it does, be prepared. It's either gonna be a Cobra or a GT350. Hope you guys do enjoy. It's not just like a regular GT or something like that. I mean, I'm trying to rationalize a Cobra and a GT350 right now. I mean, it's crazy that I gotta do that. But actually, I don't really have to even do that. But y'all know what I mean. I'll keep you guys in the loop. But hope you guys enjoy the channel. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. We're about to turn up a notch, and I'm gonna catch you guys in the next one. Deuces.